do what you're doing.
Hey, listen.
I'm gonna say don't delete it all.
No, that's fine.
I'm gonna say
I just wanted to make sure we were clear on how we were going to
see how it looks. You might use something like.
I do need to be deleted. That junk look, it ain't nothing. Yeah, it's like this.
Okay, we should be ready to go back up.
All right, he said it's ready.
Like I caught
Hey, he said it's ready.
Ready?
Get out. You ain't listening. Shut your mouth. Say something right now. Go hard. I'm gonna
Ain't
go
nobody
hard.
be rude to you like this. You gotta go
Me?
in on this man.
He been rude to me. What you talking about?
Right now.
I ain't even
No,
saying
they've
that
been
yet.
on 20
He
since
been
I got
saying
here.
lies. Oh, I ain't even saying that yet.
Don't sweat it. I got something.
I ain't even released the round yet. The 100 round. I got a 100 round gun for him.
Say you got something.
They about to let
you
loose.
ready
You
to
already
go
know
back
what I'm gonna say.
Oh,
It's
he
gonna
said
let
you
loose.
ready. You ready. You ready. Yeah, we ready.
All right, we're going back on in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, we're live.
What up, though, and what it do?
Our bad, y'all. We had some technical difficulties. We had to get that shit straightened together.
Yeah. But we back on. We back
back
on.
up, though.
And once again, welcome to another episode of
Living Outside the Box podcast. AI, man. I'm sitting right here because this is our guest seat, so that's why I just reached over here.
All right. Well, I am your host, Miss Renee, a.k.a. Mrs. Nonchalant. Once again, I'm a little hoarse, so I'm going to pass it to the left.
Boys Miller. I mean, let's get this bitch rolling.
That's so funny. The first time she did something else, but all right.
let's get
It's
this
King
bitch rolling.
Najee _Instagram. I'm going to do like her.
Yeah, we gotta
Go
get
ahead.
the ball rolling.
Nutty, regular Joe.
All right.
Hey, everybody just quick. All right.
All right, yes. So, once again, the sponsor for today is us. Now, go subscribe to that.
They like, what's wrong with y'all? They like, what's going
subscribe
on?
to us right now.
Hey, they like, what's going on with the show right now?
We had to start over. So, hey, go subscribe, go comment, go like, go share.
You get another chance to go do that
Right,
now.
fuck that. If y'all want to see a good, a real long intro, go watch all the 31 episodes that we got on
buddy.
YouTube.
It's 31?
It's 31. We got 31 episodes. So go check them out. All right, without further ado, we got a young lady coming in to tell her story. Young lady by the name of Brianna. So if you want to step up to the stage, to the mic, come on up. Come on. Hey.
Introduce yourself.
Hey.
Introduce yourself.
What up, Bree?
What it
What
do,
up, Bree?
Bree?
What up, Bree? What up, Bree?
What up, gangsta? No.
Shabuya, shabuya,
Roll call.
Oh, y'all don't know about that. They don't know.
Lame as hell.
Oh.
For sure, we was
You
doing
must ain't never got invited to the roll.
No.
I know Shabuya.
This is our shit, boy.
I know Shabuya.
Our whole
Y'all was just like
brothers
right
and
there.
sisters, she playing.
Welcome, Brianna. Welcome to the show. Good to have you.
Yes.
You got to
Thank
say
you
something.
for having me.
All right. No.
I like that, yeah. The crowd screaming for you.
So let's go ahead and
Y'all
dive
fellas,
right
stop.
in. Who is Brianna? Tell the people a little bit about who Brianna is.
Well, I'm 23 years old. I'm a single mom of 3 beautiful babies. My Amaya, my Sophie, and my Cam Bam. Andor Cameron. He's my heart.
Okay.
What's up to the kids? What's up to the kids?
Just that one?
What else
What
is
about
there?
the other two?
I love them too.
Okay.
Now, every parent got their favorite.
That's the last baby.
Come on.
She said that was the
That's
last.
not
That's my last kid.
See,
I
it's
ain't having
all-
no
Girl,
more.
you got one, so
I got
shush.
I got 4 because I got my cat. My cat is my baby. That's my Bailey.
Hey, cats, but keep going.
Shout out to my Bailey. And we are very, very blessed. I can say that. We're extremely blessed. I'm currently in school at the moment. I've been bouncing around from different schools, but I'm finally going to a school where it's affordable and I can do my preferred major,
What is?
Yeah, wouldn't it?
performing arts.
Okay, so you're going to be singing?
Performing arts. What's the name of the school?
WC3.
Oh, okay.
Wait, why you make that face? What's wrong with WC3?
No,
Why, who
she
let
said
that face?
performing arts. I
Nothing.
didn't know where she was going.
She think
No,
it's
I'm
a
not talking
public
about
school.
you. She
Yeah.
made a face when she said she was like,
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
It's WC3.
So what?
Like,
What you mean?
What that mean?
Damn, you be literally like a
I went to,
motherfucker. It's just WC3.
hold on. I
that
went to
bullshit.
WC3. What you trying to say?
too. I did too.
What you trying to say?
Nothing. I like WC3. It's real nice and it's
They
real
You
jump-
affordable.
spend all day on the phone
They ain't
anyway.
jump you in yet,
Why
did
don't
they?
you use something that's going to help
That's
you in the
forever.
future?
That was forever.
They ain't jump.
I
You
know.
know, they ain't jump you in yet.
They ain't jump you in.
That's all. They ain't jump you
Daddy
in.
jump me in. I don't want
What-
to be. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Uh,
So are you just going for just performing? Is it just singing, performing, or is it just singing? Because they got to do other things.
Singing and acting.
Okay.
Oh, shit,
okay.
you
Really?
sing, Bree? Hit that
Oh,
shit
okay.
one time.
And I've heard her. She sing real good. You didn't even know it, bro. She
No,
cold.
she-
Bree, give me a little something.
Give
Come
him
on,
a
throw
little.
Throw a little
Come on, we gonna
sprinkle.
do a
Something
duet.
that
I'm
you,
ready.
something that you
Sprinkle us
did.
real quick.
You know, just
We already
Okay.
talked about it. No, she can sing.
Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me? Baby.
okay.
Fire.
Okay.
Hey, listen, I need to tell the people something real quick. Go ahead. Hey, we were growing up with this young girl since she was little. Listen, it wasn't until right now, maybe like last year, then I heard her sing. Nobody even knew this girl could sing. She cold though.
No, she do. I told
I didn't know you had a. I heard that. I heard that.
that vibrato. Yeah. Now we did say all you need is a little bit of what? A little vocal coach.
Vocal
you know what I'm saying?
training.
Coach you get
And
you
vocal
like-
training. You'll get it.
A coach will get you
Put
together
some
for
more
sure.
air in it. I know. I'm working on that. Financially, I can't afford a vocal coach, but I have been taking some pointers on YouTube from like different vocal coaches on YouTube.
Well, they should have them at the school. If they don't have that at the school, I can point
Right.
you in the direction where some they have them at the school.
See?
That's free because it's a part of performing arts. They have them at the school. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm just doing my liberal arts classes right now until probably about a year from now, and then that's when I'll do my like actual performing arts classes.
Okay.
But a dream of mine is to just get my associates in performing arts and then eventually go to a university. But what I really want to do is go to Juilliard.
Oh, okay.
Juilliard.
Nice.
I've been wanting to go to Juilliard
What do you
since
want?
I was like
Do you want Juilliard?
I was showing the vlog in my former life.
That's big. That's real big.
Yeah, that's a very, very good school. I pray that you do.
Yes,
That's New
and
York,
that's
right? Is it not?
Is
Yeah, right?
it?
Like-
yeah, it is.
like-
It is.
Manhattan somewhere.
Yeah.
okay. So tell us a little bit why you wanted to come on the show, because you wanted to tell a little bit about your story. What's your story?
My story is I come from a long line of dysfunction between both sides of the family, and I've dealt with a lot of things from physical to mental to verbal to emotional abuse. I've overcome, a few near-death experiences, a lot of times where I was homeless, once with my children, and another just in another state where I didn't know anything, I didn't know anybody. My kid's dad was the only support system I had when we moved to Minnesota. The first time was by choice. The second time was when my mother put me out, and then we stayed there for a year. And he was, like I said, his family and him was the only support system I had out there. And it was
I got a
great.
question.
What's your question?
Is it the only support system you had or you felt you had?
Well, that was deep.
Yeah, I was going to say, think about that, because
Okay.
I guess you could say that's the only support system I felt I had, because it was cool in the beginning. They were very welcoming, like, oh man, I can't believe your mom did that and that was wrong and you can stay here for as long as you need. And then it got to the point where I think that they felt like I was no longer beneficial to them. So they like, oh, maybe you should go to a shelter. Leave the kids here, but go to a shelter and you could, get housing a lot faster.
Now I got a question, because you're talking a lot about how this guy kind of put you in a bad situation.
She said baby daddy, right?
Yep,
Oh.
mistake.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So the mistake that happened. Let's dive a little bit backwards though. Where were your male role models in your life?
My dad.
Okay. How was he a role model?
I
To
lived
you.
with,
To you, yeah.
I lived with my father for a good while before I moved back in with my mother. I lived with my dad since I was about 6 or 7, all the way up until I was 15. And both him and my grandmother and my aunt on that side of the family raised me. And though they were extremely strict because they are Jehovah's Witnesses and their beliefs and the way they go about life and their lifestyle is weird and very different from other people's.
What's weird?
You said what's weird?
What's weird about it?
They don't celebrate holidays. No Christmas, no Thanksgiving, no birthdays, just like
So no turkey, no cake.
no turkey,
No gifts.
cake, no
Well, what's
clothes.
their reasoning for it not though? It might not be weird. What's the reason why they don't celebrate it?
Well, what's the reason we don't celebrate their birthday? That's the day they were birthed on this earth. That's the one.
They don't celebrate any holidays, especially Christmas, basically, because they feel like it's pagan worship.
Pagan holiday,
Like
yeah.
the Christmas tree and all of that's a pagan worship. They feel like Jesus was not born on December 25th.
He wasn't.
Do Jehovah's Witness party? No, for real. Good question, for real. Because when you think about holidays, most people celebrate, have some kind of party, to their liking. But do they like to party in any kind of way?
They like to have parties. They will have like a social gathering, or if someone was getting married, or if someone was having a baby shower. Now, when it comes to a baby shower, they only celebrate baby showers for people who are married. They don't do like the whole single mom type stuff. They
So-
don't celebrate that.
So did you ever feel like isolated or ostracized from your family?
Not really. Only because like I still celebrated birthdays. I still celebrated holidays when I went to go visit my mother on the weekends. They didn't. They said like that's cool. You can do whatever you want to do over there as long as you don't bring none of that back here. I don't want to see none of your Christmas presents. I don't want to see your birthday gifts.
Dang.
But
I don't
see,
wanna
you
none of that
growing
over
up, you
here.
wasn't used to not celebrating holidays. You were
No.
used to celebrating holidays. So when you got over there, that was weird to you.
That
Even
was
though
weird
it's
to
weird
me.
to them because they've been not doing it. But you were already used to doing that. So you got over there like, what the hell is this? I'm used to gifts.
I was still celebrating my birthday when I would
they
visit my
was
mother
mad
and
at you.
other relatives. They wasn't really mad. They just like, we don't see the point, cause like
Well,
the
but that's
only
because that's y'all beliefs. Y'all
that
wouldn't
is
see
their
my point.
belief.
Right,
The
right.
only thing they wanted me to have in life is to study and be a witness, and that is it.
Study Jehovah's
Study.
or
Wow. Nah.
Being
school.
Don't create no memories. Got you.
study
Okay.
and being a witness.
So let's talk about Brianna, the teenager. Now I know a lot of us as teenagers, we all do different things, and we all make poor decisions. Some not so much. But for you, what was your teenage life like?
Oh, Lord.
Come on.
She gonna run you today.
Oh, my teenage, like I was reckless, especially
man.
like not so much like my first teenage years, but like from 15 to like 17, like I was
you
doing
wilding
some
out? What was you
crazy
doing?
stuff.
What was you doing as a teenager?
One thing that I did,
That's her public announcer. You do not have to answer that. Her
you
court
mean publisher,
appointed,
like-
whatever. You do not have to answer that.
You don't have
do
to
not
if
have
you
to
don't
answer
want
them.
to.
I mean,
But we would love it if
no,
you
we
would.
would love it if she did. And she was getting ready to. So
Yeah,
Go
she
ahead.
good.
the first thing I did is when I was in 10th grade, I did some real dumb shit that I was
like what? If you care to share.
I had got caught having sex in the bathroom.
Dang! Dang!
Wait a minute.
Dang!
Wait, we just went off cue.
That's it.
Wait,
So, no.
Bree.
Oh, I guess it ain't serious no more. It's
Wait,
turn.
Bree.
What?
I was in the 10th grade, and I had a little boyfriend, and we was like at an after school program, and we was like, before our parents come and get us, let's
Wow.
go to the bathroom real quick.
All right, was y'all actually
Let me
having
put these
sex though?
motherfuckers on now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had already,
took the
I
shit
had
up a notch.
already,
Wait a minute.
I had already lost it at 15.
Wow.
So,
Zers.
and then when I was in the 10th grade, I was like going on 16. This was actually the same year I met my kid's dad, like months before, and I was still in high school. I was a sophomore in high school, and
Was he the one you did it to?
it was somebody else that I called myself dating.
Like a pimp.
Hold on, wait.
Wait a minute. Hold up. I got some questions. How was that experience in the bathroom? Like, what made your
Wait a
mind say
minute, really?
the bathroom?
To be honest, like this is really
place,
this is
like-
really weird because to be honest, I was actually doing it before we was even caught. Like I was doing it with somebody else before I even did it
In
to
the
him.
school?
In the school.
Oh, wait a minute.
You was a
Wait
reckless
a minute.
teenager.
In
Oh,
between,
okay.
in between classes.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold up.
We might be getting to the root of something right now.
Hold up. This shit just went.
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
We getting to the root, babe. This the Garden of Eden right now. Look.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Wow.
You had sex before the bathroom. It was somewhere else with somebody else.
It was still in the bathroom, but it was just with a different person.
Damn, you went to
Wow.
the teacher's bathroom,
Wow.
then the
Not the
student's
teacher's
bathroom.
Said the
bathroom.
same bathroom.
It was the same bathroom.
Like a-
it was
Yeah.
just a different.
Was that like
it
your
was just
go-to
a
in
different-
high school? Like what?
I mean, ain't nowhere else to do it.
Wow. Okay, let me shift
Hey, you
gears.
more thorough than I.
No.
Hey, look. All right, come on, let's
If
shift
she
this
said
shit.
that was her room, that was
Yeah,
her room.
let's shift it.
let's shift gears a little
Okay,
bit.
so yeah, let's get for it though. That's where your trouble.
That's generally
troubleness
where
started.
it came from.
Yeah.
It really came from when I lost it though, into how I lost my virginity, because that just I don't know if I could say like that was a trigger, but like that was a very traumatizing experience because it was with a relative that I didn't know I had, and
What? Whoa.
Let her keep going. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Continue.
All right, come on.
and it was actually at a family gathering. I ain't gonna say who, but it was at a family gathering, and it was super, super late. And, you know, by like 4 or 5 in the morning, especially on a holiday, like everybody is pretty much drunk and passed out.
Keep that thought right there. So look, this is what I said before. This is why everybody need to have family gatherings. Or you don't even know who your cousins are. People don't be knowing who their distant cousins are. No,
Well, yeah.
stuff like
Did
this
you
happens.
know that was your cousin?
I
She
didn't.
just said she
You
didn't
didn't
know.
know.
At
Okay,
the
so you
time-
didn't
Because families
At the
don't be
time,
with their
like-
distant cousins and stuff.
At
Go
the
ahead,
time
Brianna.
it happened, and the way I lost it, like I didn't know. Like I thought he was just some
Did he
random
know y'all
person.
was cousins?
I don't think he did. I don't know if he knew or not, but if
So
he did,
when
that's
you
what made
found
me-
out, did y'all go to each other and talk about that?
Okay.
I got a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Was it consensual?
Yes and no.
Okay. Because you said it was traumatizing, so I don't know if it was
It was
traumatizing because of
because-
what happened or because you found out he was your cousin.
I think it was because she found out.
Yeah.
Because I found out he was my cousin, and it kind of, you know, losing your V card is kind of painful. So it was a lot of, from what I remember, it was a lot of stops, and it was a lot of, okay, I don't want to do this no more, and it didn't stop, basically.
Okay. Well, let's shift gears a little bit more. Let's talk about what you really came here to really discuss as far as your abuse. You said that you met your baby daddy around that time, right? You said
I was
17?
16.
Oh, 16. Now, what kind of situation did he have you involved in, or how was that as far as mental abuse for you?
A lot of mental abuse came from the constant, you know, you're dumb, you're stupid, I'm all you got out here, like, you wouldn't be doing all of this if it wasn't for me, like, you wouldn't have nothing if it wasn't for me, and, like, your family don't love you, your family don't want you, and, you know, me and my family is all you got out here, and I'm just trying to help you, and...
I learned in acting out, majority of the time we trying to grab someone's attention. Whose attention were you trying to grab?
I just really wanted somebody to love me and care about me.
But it's always somebody. It's somebody that you want to love you. Who is that somebody? It's not just somebody, anybody. It's somebody's attention that you wanted. Whose attention were you crying out for?
Really, both of my parents.
Okay.
But when I was 16, I always thought I didn't get the attention from my mom like I wanted to. And she was with her significant other still at the time, and I just still felt alone, even though we've had our times. We'd always spend time with each other, but in a way, I still felt like I was by myself and like I just was alone all the time.
I got a question. Viewers got a question. Actually, somebody from the view got a question. Would you say there was anything significant in your life that encouraged you to move so quickly in the world? And if so, what advice would you give your younger self?
I would give my younger self just focus on you.
Well, first answer the first question. It said, "What would you say there was anything significant in your life that encouraged you to move so quickly in life?"
My daughter, when I had Amaya, she kind of encouraged me to do a lot and stop doing like crazy stuff and just flourish.
So she kind of tamed you and kind of slowed you down.
Yep.
A little bit. Now, was Amaya, I hate to ask, but was she intentional?
She was.
Okay.
Because at the time, I wanted a kid.
Okay. And how old were you when you had Amaya?
17.
Wow.
So, what was that like?
Yeah. What was that, being so young and being a parent?
It was hard. I mean, it still is hard, especially with 3 now. But it was hard because Dad was there, but he wasn't there at the same time. And, I didn't have a job. I didn't have my own. I was still trying to finish high school. And, trying to raise a baby was not exactly all of what I thought it was going to be. And I was still dealing with the aftermath of having a kid at 17. And I thought that I wasn't going to finish high school. I wasn't going to really do anything or be anything in life. And some relatives have told me, you don't need to waste your time to try to finish high school because you have a kid now and you have other responsibilities. So you really need to just go ahead and get a GED and move on with yourself. Just move on with your life.
So they didn't believe you was one of the people who can do school and have kids and take care of your kid just like other people.
Pretty much, yeah. But I eventually proved them. I eventually proved them wrong though, because even with the baby, I had to spend a year out of school because I couldn't enroll myself. But once I turned 18, I walked all the way down. If anybody been to Hamtramck is like 2 blocks long, but it's still a long walk. I
remember them days you walking. Yep. I'm like, Bree, trucking.
I still walked all the way down to the education office. I enrolled myself in high school, and I finished my classes. I was able to find a school where I can do my classes online, and I only had to take like 2 or 3 classes to graduate. And I took them 2 or 3 classes, and I got my diploma in June of 2017.
Congratulations to you, Queen.
Glad you continued.
And your children was that push for you, right?
Yes.
And I commend you for continuously going on and not listening to them people who didn't believe in you.
Yeah, that was whack advice. What the I wanted to talk a little bit about the abuse. I know you said you've been abused. Was it just from your boyfriends? Were you ever abused by somebody in your family?
No.
Just your boyfriend.
Just my baby daddy.
So physically he was hitting you, or was it verbal?
It was verbal, and it wasn't necessarily hitting. It was more so choking.
Wow.
Oh, that's physical.
Yeah,
that's physical.
Yeah.
So when was enough?
It was more verbal.
When was the last straw for you?
When I almost died in front of our kids.
And when was this?
almost a year
Both.
ago.
Well, how did you almost die? Can you tell that story
Yeah,
real
a
quick?
little bit
And
detail
when
if
you,
you don't
and when
mind.
you left and you said it was enough.
Around November last year, it was Amaya's 5th birthday, and he had already given me enough like death threats and calling me all types of bitches and stuff. And he was just all on the phone, just like talking crazy. And so I was afraid to go home at that time. So I went to his son's mom's house because his son's mom lives in Minnesota too. So I went over there and I went to go get a restraining order because I'm like, okay, you done gave me enough death threats. And it's not the first time that he's put his hands on me, but he gave me a lot of death threats. A lot of like, when I see you, I'm going to kill you and all of this other stuff. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill your family. And then it got to the point where he was like all mad and in his feelings where he was like, fuck them kids. So that's when I went along and got a restraining order, an order for protection for him to stay away from me. Now, the day came of Amaya's birthday, and I haven't heard from him. He ain't called me. He ain't FaceTime me. Nothing. So I feel like, okay, maybe he kind of backed off. So let me go ahead and go home. Because I was still at his son's mom's house. So I said, let me go ahead and go home. And, I'll hit you up when I get home. So I went home. I got all of Amaya's stuff that she got from her birthday and like her cake and everything. I'm bringing all of that out the house. And then he come from behind me and like practically ambushed me into my apartment and kind of like pushed me on the couch and just started strangling me. And I think he was off of something just because of how he looked. And he just started strangling me a couple of times. Like, and our kids were right there, especially Sophia. And she started screaming. And so he kind of just like let go after that. But that right there was like, okay, I'm not doing this no more. Like, I can't live like this. Because the next time you ain't gonna let go.
Yeah.
And he's even said, in recent times, he was like, one minute he says, if I wanted to kill you, like, you'd already be dead. And then the next minute he was like, I wasn't gonna let go. Like, I was literally going to leave you there.
Pause.
Wow.
Have you considered getting mental help, or have you got it? If you
Yep.
have,
I've considered mental help. I have talked to a therapist, a few therapists on multiple occasions because of that whole situation is extremely traumatizing. It was a lot of times where I would literally wake up from my sleep, like, because I feel like you're right there. And then it was oftentimes where alcohol became a friend of mine for a minute because I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I lost a really, really dear friend of mine from there, from cocaine addiction. And she was only like 17. So it was her. And then a little bit after that, it was her daughter. And the only thing that hurt me most about that is that she named her daughter after me. And then her daughter was abused right after right after my friend passed away. Her daughter was abused, and then she ended up passing away because she was sick. And she was only she was like like 6 years old.
Sorry.
And that was my goddaughter.
Wow.
Now I got a question. I know she asked you, did you have help mentally or whatever? Did you ask to put a hit out on him? Don't answer that right now. We could talk after the show. Okay? We could talk after the show. Just don't answer on record. Okay?
Yeah,
Look
yeah,
at
you
her
ain't got.
face.
Yeah,
We
yeah, you
want-
ain't.
We don't want to implicate you.
Okay,
Okay.
so we gonna go curve that, but keep that in mind. You keep that question in mind.
Regular. Like,
Okay,
Reckless.
so my question to you is, how long did you deal with your baby daddy?
7 years.
So you dealt with this abuse for 7 years?
Roughly. I met him in 2014.
Now you said this is what got me. You said that y'all met here in high school, right? In Michigan, right?
We met in Hamtramck.
Right. Okay. So he's from here. He's not from Minnesota.
No,
So why did you guys go to Minnesota? What was?
because my mom had caught him in her house and he wasn't supposed to be there. And I guess out of anger, she's like, you and him, y'all gotta go. Like wherever you go, it don't matter to me. Just get out.
Your family hated him.
They do.
Accurate.
Now, when she
Children.
caught him, was it like the bathroom incident, or was it just in the house?
Yeah, no, for real. There's that.
No.
I was gonna ask that
Okay.
too. Like,
No.
was that the catch?
Right. Was it
not-
in the midst of?
We was not doing anything. He
was just there.
He was just there.
It's just his existence
with
that
the
just.
kid. Yeah, he was just like, why is he here? Like, I don't want him here. And like literally the day before they came over, because it was her and my stepdad. The day before they came over, she asked me, has he been in the house recently? And I said no.
You lied. Okay.
So that's what made
That's
her
what we
even
do.
more infuriated.
He was in the closet when you said no, wasn't
He
he?
wasn't in the closet.
Was up in the
Basement.
She wasn't even. We wasn't even at home when she asked me that. We were somewhere else, and then she came to the house.
But you was on your way there. Like, no, he ain't been there.
Okay. All right. So let me go a little deeper. Have
We
you
going deeper than that?
just real quick? Have you ever had thoughts of suicide?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
How far did that go?
Couple
Yeah.
times.
How did it
I
just
never
go
tried
thought?
anything.
You
I never
just
tried it.
Good.
So it stayed
It
in
was
your
just a
thought.
It
thought.
was just a thought.
That's-
I don't really stay a thought. So good that you never tried it. Keep it that way.
I don't plan to, cause now I got something to live for. So
Good.
I can't
Yeah.
do that. And like, to be honest, I'm on my kids' half. Like, they don't have dad, they don't have grandma, they don't have nobody on that side of the family. Some on my side of the family, but on their dad's side, they don't have nobody. So I'm all they got.
So let's talk about the glow up.
I was finna say, what did Bree conquer?
Yes.
What is
I
your-
mean,
what
it
are your
sounds like she
conquers?
conquered a lot, but
We got the GED, you got
Right.
mental health
I
therapy.
got my diploma. I got my I got mental health. I never got to the point where I needed meds, even though I was headed that way. And as far as me drinking more excessively than I normally have, I was on the verge of that, like just drinking all day, every day.
what was your favorite drink?
Hennessy?
I'm sorry, I mean, everybody else gave silly questions. Why not? You said the Henny?
I'm a dark liquor drinker.
Ooh, yeah, they got
The Henny. Yeah, got the
Anything's
Henny.
possible.
Oh, I see. Okay, so where is Bree at now? What has all of the surviving? What has it?
Where has
What
it
has
brought
it?
Bree?
Yeah, where has it
Where has it
taken Bree now?
It's taken me on an emotional roller coaster, to be honest, because I've been homeless 3 times.
Wow.
And every single time, I always find a way, because the Lord got me.
Amen.
And
That's
Amen.
it.
Fire.
they have,
Fire.
the Lord has blessed me in more ways than I have ever been in my entire life.
Amen.
Wow. Tell that testimony.
In
Give us
more
that.
ways than you actually can
Give us
recognize.
those blessings.
That's
What
good
has He
right
blessed
there.
you
Go
with
ahead.
besides life? What
He
has He done?
blessed me with last year, before I even came back here, when I was in a homeless shelter, pregnant with my son for 7 months. And before COVID hit, I was in a homeless shelter and I was pregnant with my son. And then when COVID happened, they said, okay, we don't want anybody to catch the virus, so we're going to put a few select people that have, underlying health conditions. We're going to put them in a hotel until they can find some housing. And fortunately for me, because I was pregnant, I was one of those people that they put in a hotel.
Okay.
And then at a point, I thought that I was never going to get housing. I was never going to get out of a shelter, and I was going to have my baby homeless. But I ended up, one of my caseworkers contacted me one day and said, you got a referral for housing. And I'm like, well, what does that mean exactly? She was like, you you can get into housing. And even though it took 7 months, I was able to get Section 8 in Minnesota, and I was able to get an apartment out there.
Mm-hmm.
And even when I came back here, and I was living with my aunt for a minute, and then she put me out. Before we even went to my auntie's house, we were in a shelter. Me and my kids were in a shelter here in Monroe. And my auntie drove from her house to come and get us, and then we stayed with her for a couple months, and then I guess she ended up getting tired and
Are
putting
you
us
working?
out. I am working.
Where?
I'm an assistant manager at Family Dollar.
Wow, good job.
you.
Good job. Okay. So you got a job. Do you have your own place right now?
I do. I was fortunate enough to get in touch with my caseworker at Michigan Works, who has a huge soft spot for me. And she said, call this organization and they could probably help you with housing. I contacted them and they told me the criteria that they needed for people that they help with housing. And I'm like, well, I don't meet that criteria, because they said that they only are providing funding for housing for people who are victims of human sex trafficking. Like, well, that doesn't apply to me, because I've never
Should have been like, I had
experienced
sex
that.
in the bathroom twice. That's what you should. What you talking? That's what you should have said.
Should have been like, yes, I am one of the people. I am.
You got lots.
But you did
The
end up
way
getting.
Right.
But the way I lost my
co-host to the right of me in the
But the way I
corner,
lost
yo.
my virginity, I ended up being eligible for their program, and my rent is $915, and they pay $800 of it.
Wow.
I only pay a little bit.
Oh, it's been a little bit.
Yeah, you only.
No, I
I
pay
mean,
a
you
little
kind
bit
of.
of it.
Yeah.
Pay that shit up for the
Paid up
whole
for the
year.
whole year, right.
Yes. So that's good.
So
Hey,
I
man,
got
that's
that. I got help with housing. I already had my car from Minnesota. I bought my car for my birthday last year
That's
when
good.
we
That's
got our
nice.
stimulus. And
Yes.
Hey, you did
Hey,
the
you did the
smart
good
thing.
thing.
Those all these other
She
people
did
that
a
blew
good
it.
thing.
Stimmy,
Back.
man.
I
Good
got me a
job.
whip because I was tired of getting on the bus. And
I
tired
bet.
of
I
getting
got a
Ubers.
question.
For you.
So where does Bree go from here?
I am going to be on TV.
Whoa.
Okay.
Talk
Yeah, I
that.
believe.
Okay.
I will
for
be
you.
on TV and I will be on stage and I will do a movie with Michael B. Jordan.
Okay. All right.
Speak
Shoot
it
for the
into
stars. Get that
existence.
into existence. All right.
That's how
Claim
you
it.
manifest.
That's how you manifest, for real. Claim
It is.
That's
It
how you
is.
claim.
Just
That's
like
it.
that.
I ain't
For
Chris
real.
Brown.
Okay.
Oh, and
Black
Chris.
Panther
And I
Creed
believe
stumped the
it.
yard 5.
That's my
Oh,
At
yeah.
this moment, are you looking for love?
Nope.
Nope.
Good.
She said no.
Yes.
I don't care.
Who you
for-
focusing on?
I don't care for the opposite sex.
Wait.
Wait,
Does
For the
that
opposite
mean?
sex?
I
So what about the
Wait,
same
does that
sex?
mean?
I don't
Oh, you
even
just saying you
know.
focus on it right now?
Okay,
I'm
then
just
you
making
just
sure.
say right now.
I'm not
You gotta be clear.
Because I definitely about to ask you what you about to
Specific.
translate and go over
I'm not
there.
focused on trying to get a
Relationships.
boyfriend
Say
right now.
relationships.
Okay,
because
yeah,
I
just-
I'm at a point where I don't like dudes.
No. Please stop saying
You
this.
have to be specific on this show.
Please,
because
you're not
wanted
focused on
to know.
relationships,
You're
right?
not
I'm
looking
not
for.
jumping the
I'm
other
not
league.
focused on relation.
There
I'm
you
not
go.
focused on
Okay,
relationships.
we're gonna leave it at that. Yep, we're gonna leave that right
Because
there.
they about to go down the rabbit hole.
Because
I'm
we
not-
are
I would
going to
say
get detailed.
I would say I'm alone, but I'm not lonely.
Okay.
That's fine. We gonna leave that right there. So, curveball question for you. Now, since you have children, they're all little children.
Can we open the phone lines? My bad.
I did ask that. Don't cut me.
Okay.
Now, look. Do you find yourself watching cartoons while your kids ain't around?
Absolutely.
I think every
I will
parent.
most definitely watch like a whole. My grown self will still watch Oswald and SpongeBob. I love Oswald. You know the big blue octopus,
No, I
the
don't know
wiener
about
dog.
him.
Yeah, I know what
You
you're
know
talking
about.
about.
I
Yeah, I
will
know what
watch
you're talking
Oswald. I will watch Blue's Clues. I will watch.
We just got a leg.
But we started watching these cartoons before we had kids anyway.
I know,
But the
but
new ones,
I was
though.
gonna
I mean,
ask.
serious.
No,
They're
but
more
that was a good
entertaining
question
now.
because I actually hated cartoons. Like,
What?
no, I'm not. not growing up. I'm saying after Carter got older and kind of stopped watching them, I started hating. I'm like, oh my god, I
You
can't take
hated them or you just
not
didn't like
hated, but I didn't like watching them. So I'm like, oh my god, I can't take another cartoon. But that switched like this year.
They make you watch cartoons because they watching it. You want
I
like
watching
more of the
cartoons.
movie. Like, of course, I know every
The movie
doggone
cartoons?
thing. Yes,
animes, yes.
I watch them too.
love watching the movies.
Yes.
Like I can
Yes.
drown in it, and I feel like cartoons take you back to your younger self,
childhood.
so it almost take you back into a peaceful state of mind. Because that's when I was the most peaceful in my younger years.
It depends on the cartoon.
That too, yeah.
Like some cartoons, you be sitting there
Yeah,
looking at it
'cause
like, dang, so what's about to happen?
My
Yo, that's
kids can
crazy.
never watch
I
Caillou.
wouldn't
That
have did
crybaby motherfucker, like.
Love
Well, now that we're
That
older,
nigga is
we know
nuts.
a lot of these cartoons were subliminal, and not a lot of our kids can't even watch
Yes,
most of these
that is
cartoons
very
because we
true.
wasn't. They was fed in our
Peppa
mind.
Pig, so dumb. That
Most of
oink
these
oink
cartoons.
shit,
Wait,
like,
don't
no.
sleep on Peppa
No,
Pig.
Bro,
that
listen,
shit
you gotta
yes.
look at these
Don't
cartoons
sleep
now.
on
Baby
Listen,
Pig.
and
I
with
ain't
your
got
kids,
time.
you gotta look
Nah.
at it with another
I don't
eye.
even hear that shit on my
Every
TV.
cartoon that you like
Why
and you
you
look
do
at
the
right now,
pig
you
noise?
gotta look
I
at a
do
different
see it. I do
perspective.
see it sometimes.
And most of these cartoons are
Depends
not
on
for
the
kids.
cartoon.
They wasn't
She
for us
look-
and they not for kids.
Peppa Low-key be
That's
Peppa
why I
Low-key
always
be
keep
cussing you
my
out in
kids
British.
watching the more classic ones.
Yeah.
The
but
ones
see,
we was watching.
Recess.
Yes,
Cartoons.
recess.
The stuff that
The
ain't
The ones
happening.
that made
Yeah.
sense.
Cartoons are like the apple of the forbidden fruit, right? See, if you don't know what's going on, you just watching it because it's bright and it's some
Yep.
cartoon shit.
Yep.
But when you get older and you like,
They was on some
oh
bullshit.
snap, that was
What was they feeding me?
Yeah, cause the little cartoon Daniel Tiger, and they talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
the mama being pregnant, and I think Amaya actually asked me, she's like, "How the baby get in her stomach?"
See,
You know what I'm saying?
that shouldn't even be on cartoons.
You know what? Let's watch.
That's why I
something
try
else.
to keep
That type of stuff on
only
our
the
cartoons.
learning cartoons
Yes,
in my
I was
house.
just finna say that
Yes.
to you. The learning.
Like I love
Yeah.
Bubble Guppies.
Like-
I brought
yeah,
her
like you
up.
said,
Oh
recess.
my God, that is
love
my
that one.
favorite. I still watch
I
Bubble
still do
Guppies.
recess was the shit. Gang shit.
No, it wasn't.
Gang.
But
Gang
you say
shit.
No, we
but
talking about the
Bubble
newer
Guppies.
ones. The newer
Bubble
ones. Bubble
Guppies,
Guppies is
man.
very good. Like Carter learned
Bubble
a
Guppies.
whole lot.
Listen, I'll put them kids on Teletubbies, bro.
No,
You feel me?
they was.
Everybody watches
Tell me
Baloo.
I like Teletubbies
Right, I-
somewhat.
Oh, y'all about to say it again? Don't do that.
No, I,
No, I'm
Some
just
people
saying.
used to say that. Don't do that.
They
Nah,
are.
they
Psych-
just said that.
no, but
just saying.
literally, the movie Paw Patrol just came out. I loved the movie.
I ain't seen
almost
I
it.
haven't
That's a
seen
good
the
question.
I gotta go
movie.
I love
I
Paw
cry-
Patrol.
I cried on Frozen. I'm so sick of that.
Wait,
I'm
huh?
so sick of
beef?
Frozen. I'm sick of Frozen.
And we all.
I'm so
Let
sick
it
of
go.
I'm gonna say
Frozen.
back on it once my
Frostbite.
daughter sees
I
it.
cannot listen. I cannot listen to Let It Go for
No
the
more,
rest
huh?
of like.
I don't have a
10
choice.
years.
I got
like,
a little
I
coming
like
up, and she
Frozen,
don't like
too.
it when she
I don't
see
like
it.
Frozen. I don't like the second one. I mean, Moana was deep to me.
Moana was good.
That was
Pocahontas
so
was
deep to
a
me.
very good classic one too. I like Pocahontas. That was a good one too.
Who?
Pocahontas.
Oh yeah.
See, all classic,
and
all our
Aladdin.
stuff is good.
Aladdin,
Classic
too.
stuff was-
Aladdin was
Aladdin
good
was a jump.
too. I still to this day,
Lion King.
don't hate me. I hate the Lion
That'll
King.
never die.
What?
I hate the Lion
What?
King.
You gotta
Huh?
go.
Hey,
You
well, yeah, you got
you gotta go.
Get out.
Oh no.
Get out.
Oh no.
Oh, wait,
No.
shut up.
Go.
Wait,
Did
this
you trippy?
That might be. This might affect her in
Right.
her life
said
somehow.
don't
Why
hate
do
me.
you hate
And
it?
do not say a
Hold
Kuna
on.
Matata
No,
on the
no,
way
no.
out.
This
wanna
might,
hear
this
this. I
might
wanna
be
hear this.
effective in her life somehow. So why do you hate it?
Because of the, it's just the betrayal part of it all.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
feel? Oh, do you feel
That
like
hit
that?
home?
Because like
Yeah.
in a way that's sentimental to me.
Yeah,
Because you
okay.
like your own blood is hating on you low key.
But guess what? That was a teachable lesson for your young
It
child
is.
to say, look,
It is in the same
sometimes
But what was the whole
it
story
can
of that?
be
You know what I mean?
your blood.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's a teaching.
Sometimes.
Yes. So you shouldn't hate lessons.
I just don't like the death aspect. 'Cause,
She-
like I'm just a sensitive
And she
person.
probably didn't look at it like that.
He really didn't die. He just fell.
Yeah.
He just
They didn't have a
failed.
funeral.
The hyenas.
You didn't
They
see
don't
a
have
burial.
funerals.
He
with
got
lions.
trampled
Bro,
over. What
didn't
you
see no-
mean?
you
He
didn't see no
killed
bones.
him.
He
threw
got
down
trampled
and fed
over.
to them
He was
wolves.
just
Like,
hurt.
funeral.
He was just hurt. You can't be the king and
Bro.
you injured.
Okay.
Them
Yeah,
wildebeest-
you gotta go
what-
too.
them- no.
Tiger.
Okay.
Them things snap, crackled, and
Next.
popped him.
Oh, okay.
He fell
Next.
on
Well, he
them.
just fell. Yeah,
He
died.
just
He
fell.
could have
Okay.
rolled one to a
He
whole
knew
nother
that would
state.
kill him. He killed him
Right.
on purpose.
He-
Shut up.
He pushed him.
He rolled to a
Next.
whole
He
nother
was
state and
pushed.
got
He
lost.
didn't
He
fall.
hitchhiked.
since you
Nigga, he
are
was looking for his son. What you mean?
since you are an inspiring singer, what is your favorite song to sing?
Or artists.
I have a lot of favorite songs, but like my favorite artists, I have a few, but the ones I can name is her and LMA.
Who is her? I'm joking.
I can't stand.
Don't let him throw you
I
off. Keep
love
going.
LMA. I love Jasmine Sullivan. I like Ari Lennox.
Jazz.
Okay, you like them all. We was trying to get one. You said about 5 of
I'm
them.
sorry.
What's your favorite out of all
Let
of
us hear
them?
you some else real quick.
Her's your favorite out of all of them? What's your best song of her? Your favorite song
Well,
from
she
her?
did sing one
Damage.
of them.
I was just finna say it. Damage, huh? Can we get a little
the
snippet
shit.
of that? I know you sung.
That's
You
the
didn't.
shit.
Can we get a little snippet of damage?
Yeah, I'm about to sing it.
No, whoa, not you. Can we get a little snippet of damage? Hey. Yeah.
I'm giving her a beat.
Oh, no. Acapella, thank you.
Stop.
Everybody quiet. Thank you. Go ahead, Bree. Give us a little snippet of damage. I love that song.
You gotta put on your headphones.
Yeah, I gotta hear.
You can start with the hook. Yeah, go ahead.
If you love me, don't take me for granted. If I worth more than you could manage, open with me, or we can be honest. Close to
That'd be
me.
low
Get up
right
there.
there.
You doing the tenor. I need you to do
Okay.
it.
Damn,
Sing
let
like
her
you sang
sing.
earlier.
I'm trying to teach her.
Come on.
I told her.
They said
Thank
she
you.
need a
Go up.
coach.
Yeah.
Open with me,
won.
or we can be honest. Closer to me, or giving me solid. Promise that you won't let me fall.
Should have started with that note in the first place.
Okay.
Oh my God. You,
Great job.
He's
Hey,
not a
chill.
vocal coach.
yes. Shut up.
I actually am.
Shut up.
Don't hate
Okay.
on me. I actually am.
All right, so we gonna
Please stop.
we
hating.
gonna wrap it up. First of all,
Yo.
we
Let's get
okay.
it.
What? Okay.
Okay.
What?
So,
We ain't wrapping it up.
What
yeah,
are you doing?
hey, I got the time for you. Don't even sweat it. I got time. Slow down. So, Bree,
Bro,
Yes.
you all.
Hey, yo, Brie.
we gotta let's get back into a realer, a deeper question for you. Since you've been through so much in your life, what type of advice would you give the viewers that's watching? Any type of information that you can get them that's watching out here to avoid the things that you went through, and what type of path should they go down if they fall into that type of stage that you went through?
So
Well,
your advice for,
for
the young
starters, especially for the youngins, don't trust everybody. Basically, stay to yourself, and whatever you got going on, stay focused. You know, don't get sidetracked with, especially if an older person attracts you. Like, don't get too wrapped up, because like I feel like older people manipulate younger women the most. So just don't get too easily distracted, and just stay focused on you. Like, everything else will just come by itself. And you know, the more older you get, the more experience you have. So just, you know, stay focused. You got your whole life to party and have kids and do whatever else that you want to do. Like, just focus on school, focus on yourself. Like, if you got any goals or talents, you know, just focus on that, and you'll flourish, and you'll be a lot more happier in life than try to like follow the crowd.
Yes.
Why you keep singing her songs? That's what I want to know. Would you focus on me?
Don't shut up. I
What
can't
you had to say,
Yeah.
boys?
You're right. You know what there's that. What relationships in your life have you mended?
If you mean like as far as cut off.
No,
made
mended,
better,
like-
made
Like
better.
made,
Yeah.
made up.
They're
Like,
successful.
The relationships you fix.
With my mother.
Okay.
Good.
So y'all are in a better place right
we
now.
are, because it was actually when she put me out, we stopped talking for a couple months actually, and eventually I called her. We talked about it. I told her how I felt. She told me how she felt and why she did it, and she really wished that she hadn't, because I probably wouldn't have gone through some of the things that I did go through if she had just talked about it, like just cooled off for a minute and then talked about it, instead of just throwing me and my kids out. So
ownership.
it was before my mother and I would only have conversations on the phone for like 10 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes, but now we can like have whole conversations, and we be on the phone for like hours, hour and a half.
Wow.
and we've always like laughed and joked about things, but it's like kind of more. And plus, we have a lot more to talk about. And I mended relationship with my auntie too when she put me out because I did not want to talk to her at all because I'm like that was wrong.
And were you the one to go to them? Sorry, were you the one to go to both of them?
Hmm.
Okay,
I
so
don't
you
want to
did
make.
big girl stuff.
I don't want to make no enemies. I don't want to make no enemies because I want my children to see me as a good person and someone that they can look up to. And I don't want them to just continue to go through the struggle, along with me, because that's not the type of life that I want with them. Because I always tell her, Maya, she don't understand what I'm saying, but I always tell her, take your pain and make champagne with it.
They know more than we
Wow,
think.
wow,
Wait,
wow, wow.
that's like drugs, like liquor. I don't think
Okay,
I'm on the drinking.
last question.
Last call, foul call.
last question for you. Who are some of your biggest influencers?
Yeah, who are you inspired by?
My sister,
Wow.
That's great. That's a good.
Okay.
That's a good person.
that's one person. Even though my sister and I aren't super close, like I wish we were, I'm still like I don't tell her all the time, but like I look up to her and I'm really proud of her.
You telling her now? Just
Because-
FYI.
Yeah.
Yeah, she watching right now.
Yeah.
It's like, is she?
Right, you don't even know.
I was just saying, hey.
Go ahead.
Alright.
I'm proud of my sister. Like she's really, I don't know, like 100% all of her timeline, but I know from what I've seen, like her graduating and like having her master's and all of that, and just having a good family, a good husband, and just having a good life. Like that's what I want eventually, and just all of her achievements. I really look up to her for that. I look up to Aaliyah, God rest her soul. I love her as far as her drive about music and how much she just loved it so much and how talented she was, and just like that inspires me. Like most of the people that inspire me, I only have like 2 relatives, but the majority of them are celebrities. My cousin, Miss Nonchalant, is my other inspiration.
Oh, is
Don't
that
be- don't be-
Alicia? Is that Alicia you talking about?
Don't be saying it because she's.
Don't make me cry.
I do. Like
Yeah, you don't gotta say it
real,
because
she's real life. Like one of my biggest. She's real life. Other than my kids, like she's one of my biggest inspirations and motivators.
So
like
sweet.
I go to her and I talk to her a lot. Like even though we don't talk every day, we've still had conversations in the past where she's like motivated me and like just wanted me just kind of put it out there. Like you are gonna be great. Like Bree, you are gonna get housing. You are gonna get everything. Like everything will be falling into place. Just like be patient with it. And she told me that. So and like it ain't over for me. So
Right, this is just the beginning.
Exactly.
Y'all gonna see more of her. Okay, we gonna get into our Retro Thursday. Old school candies.
Chewies.
Tootsie Roll.
Why you be looking?
Chewies.
Chewies. Them were class. Them and
Bazookas.
Them and Fruities. Chewies and Fruities was the they
I
combo.
really
They
don't
go
fucking
together.
know. I mean,
Chico sticks.
that's the one.
You want the
Oh,
candy
I
person,
got a
huh?
story with Chico
I
Sticks.
really-
I mean, I wasn't, but I knew.
Nah.
I swear, like even to this day,
Now and later.
I'm not big on candy.
The baked beans, baby.
I would say
With the-
Mambas, but
Now
that ain't
and
really old school.
Yes, that is. Yes, it is. Mambas.
Okay, well, Mambas.
Fire.
Mambas was my
Fire.
Look.
What do you have?
Now and later.
Later,
The
yeah,
old
that was
pack.
the shit too.
The old
Oh
pack.
yeah, they don't know. They don't know. They
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
ones that were real hard.
The old
The
pack.
ones that they melt,
The
you can
ones
put them
that
in the
you have-
refrigerator. Get them
The Z's and the G's. I don't know what they call the other generation. They
Disease
don't know.
candy.
What?
Yeah, one want that.
I don't know
One
the
about
generations. They
that.
call them they Z's, G's. What? I don't know the names they got for these generations, man. They got so many names for these generations.
You know the chocolate that I really like. My grandfather put me on a
Rolo.
year. Rolos.
Ah. Hey,
know
you
that?
feel me? Cuz
How did you know
I
that?
smashing them. I used to
Who
smash
put
them.
you on them?
I think it was granddad.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't y'all brother
I
and
used to
sister?
smack
It's your
packs
brother,
of them
he
boys.
your
had
brother and sister,
all
right? She
of
don't say
them,
how
and
you
we-
know
Yeah,
that her
yeah.
granddaddy
No, but I
dead,
didn't
right?
know he put him on too. I didn't know.
Y'all got the
Hey,
same.
granddaddy.
Yes, but I'm saying
Granddaddy.
I know.
Rest
What
in
about-
peace for our granddaddy John,
What
man.
about
That
you,
was
Bree?
years ago.
You got some old school candies that you remember?
I'm only 5 in adult years.
Come on, bro. You talking to? Come on, look who you talking to.
I mean,
she
I like-
she wasn't even born when we
I
was
like
young.
Swedish.
I'm not talking about when we were
And
young.
said
I'm just
old
saying.
candy.
like
She don't know the
old
old
school.
candy.
She
And they
was
couldn't
born
have
in the
turkey and
90s,
stuff, so I
she
doubt they
knows
can
some
have
stuff.
candy.
I like Swedish fish.
That is
cool.
cool.
That's
That's
all.
old school.
That's
Yeah,
classic.
that's old school.
My father always ate dots and
That's
Swedish
old, too.
Ugh, I
fish.
hate that.
What? You ain't dots?
I hate them.
That's caramel.
Somebody
Dots.
like them, but
Dots,
What about-
caramel with the chocolate? No, they not.
What's the
That's
candy?
Oh my God.
What's the candy? What's the candy?
Dots? Oh, I thought milk duds. Milk duds.
What-
oh,
Milk
milk
duds.
duds. Those were my favorite.
What-
right
Damn,
there.
calm down.
What was the candy?
Sorry.
What was the candy that came wrapped looked like a strawberry?
Oh, that's my candy, bro.
Calm
Hey,
down.
them were grandma candies, bro.
Yeah,
just
that's
like
facts. I
Them
don't
was
know the
grand,
name
just
of
like,
it.
Wait,
just
those
like.
always
Those,
used to act
oh,
like
no, the caramel candies.
No, 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 no.
No,
He's,
they
no, no.
got
The
caramel.
star,
They-
they was.
they
I
the
know about the
strawberry.
strawberries. What
The-
about the caramel?
Those
And the
are grandfather
cornflakes?
candies.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
two
The
yeah.
strawberry
those were
ones are
good.
grandma
Those
candies.
were
I don't
good.
know where they come
Those
from. They
you
just
couldn't
always
stop
in a
eating
bowl.
them.
And I never know the name of those.
They just in a
It's
bowl.
just
I
a
like the
strawberry
caramel
red.
ones,
Yeah,
too.
just
They ain't just in the bowl, no name on them.
No, for real. Yes, they always was.
I ain't
Grandma
never
had
seen
them.
shit
Grandma,
type of
grandma.
stuff.
She did. Oh, wait, no, they was. They didn't have no name
Okay,
on
calm
them.
down.
I like the
calm
I
down.
like
we
the
is hype, though.
I like the caramel ones with the cream in the middle. I don't know what that's called.
Oh, you nasty. Nobody.
We know you like the
She nasty, damn.
Oh, you did.
like
We know you.
Oh, you did.
Look, we know you was in the 90s.
Ooh, we
did.
gotta go. We gotta.
Hey, yeah, wordless. Grandfather wordless.
Well,
Wordless.
first off, thank you, Bree, for joining us today. We appreciate you telling your story. She gonna run you right out. So tell them where they can find you on Instagram,
Where they can
Facebook.
find you, they
Where
watch
can they look you up?
Oh, they can find me on Facebook at Bree Hollis, or you can find me. I'm a little extra. I'm sorry. You can find me on Instagram. That's Baddie Bree.
Oh, okay.
__ B to the A to the double DIEBRII.
Oh,
Whoa. All right.
That's
It's a
B to the O.
Get it out, even
I knew you was gonna- I knew somebody's gonna
go. Okay.
I
So
knew
you
somebody
say
gonna go there.
baddie because you think you bad?
I am.
You feel like you bad?
I don't think I know.
She been bad.
Oh,
No.
dude, y'all better be on the lookout
That's
for
what I'm
her.
talking about. See, I was testing your confidence.
I will
She coming
I will
through.
most definitely be coming out with more having more videos about having more singing videos, and I got a special autobiography
Okay.
about
Oh.
myself.
Lovely. That's
Love
gonna be
it.
great.
Go check
us
her
posted on
out
that.
and go follow her. And once again, this is
Living Outside the Box podcast. Yeah,
Bye.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
We gon' kill this, we gon' run it. They can't hear us. Now watch me, I've been working on my stroke. Now watch me, I've been working on my stroke. Feel this, we gon' kill this, we gon' run it. They can't hear us. Now watch me, I've been working on my stroke. Now watch me.
What up, though, and what it do? This is your girl, Miss Renee.
It's P. Miller.
King Najee in the building.
Nutty. Regular Joe.
I love it.
And this is
Living Outside the Box podcast.
Hey, make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
And make sure y'all go follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
And turn on all post notifications, please. You don't want to miss none of the great news, none of this great info, and none of the great laughs, man.
Turn it on.
We going to come to y'all with great content, great laughter, and I guarantee we going to make you think outside of that box.
Hey.